This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shake your body.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out your eyes.
My whole life I've been dressing up like a man.
Wow, man. That's a clip from Transparent, which is a comedy drama web video series produced by Amazon Studios, debuted earlier this year. And one of the stars is here with us today. Jeffrey Tambor is here with us.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm so pleased to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, you know, we're all big fans of yours, so I'm going to spaz out for a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Okay, because growing up, I watched you in MASH.
Yeah.
I was a big Alan Alda fan, and I used to love MASH, you know, and I grew up in Oakland, California. And
I grew up in San Francisco.
You grew up in San Francisco?
Yeah, I was across the bay.
What part of San Francisco?
Well, we grew up in the avenues, and then we moved to a place called Park Merced, and then they moved to California Street, and then my parents ultimately went to Walnut Creek.
Walnut Creek. That's where you retire. You go to Walnut Creek to retire.
You go and you lie down, yeah.
Yeah, right. And then Park Merced is near San Francisco State.
And I went to San Francisco State College.
I took courses there. Law aspects of the music industry. Jeffrey, you're my new best friend, Sway and Jeffrey.
Gosh. Wow.
Wow.
You know, I just got Alumni of the Year, and I think they're talking about you, by the way, for the next Alumni of the Year.
Could you put a word?
Yeah, I got Alumni of the Year, and I was sitting there in a cap and gown, and guess who was sitting next to me?
Who?
Because I thought I was like, oh, hot, hot, hot. Yeah. And I looked to my left, Willie Mays.
Willie Mays.
Wow.
Number 24.
One of the greats.
And I couldn't, I don't get awestruck by anybody.
Yeah.
I couldn't breathe. I mean, that was Say Hey.
Yeah.
Say Hey, Willie. Yeah, so San Francisco.
Yeah. Did Willie speak to you?
Yeah, but Willie's Willie. I mean, you know, I mean, Willie doesn't need to speak to me. I was like this guy going, good, in a cap and gown, and Willie's Willie, you know, and he talked, he was great.
Yeah.
You know, I saw him in center field make these incredible catches, and there's this guy, so he was a hero, and I was something. It's funny.
It's fun, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever reflect back on, like, most actors don't seem to do this, but like, you've worked with a lot of greats. You know, I watched Golden Girls, Betty White fan, B. Arthur fan.
Yeah.
I know you had a chance to work with them as well. All the players on Taxi and all the players on MASH.
Yeah.
Do you reflect and think that you know, you was mentioning Tony Danza and you own a bookstore? you know,
it's so odd because I'm working for Amazon and we're putting this series on wonderful Amazon, and I have a Kindle. I have actually 12 Kindles because I drop things, and I have a bookstore. But I like that. I think that's the way to live now.
Yeah.
I mean, Amazon is pro book. They're not anti book. They're pro book.
The pro book.
Yeah.
Do you reflect on all these great actors, these legendary people that you work with?
I every day just pinch myself and you know, I mean, I've been very lucky.
Yeah.
And I'm 70 years old. I know I don't look 70.
No, you look like 30.
Like 30.
Yeah.
32.
Okay.
And I'm very lucky. And then, you know, I do The Hangover, and I do, you know, the Larry Sanders Show, and, you know, Arrested Development. And then all of a sudden, tap, 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 somebody says, do you want to play Maura Pfefferman on the Transparent? And do you want to play on one of the riskiest, most adventurous shows on Amazon? And I said, yeah. So it's a cool ride. I love it.
It's a cool ride. You know, DB had a chance. He was trying to describe to me the series, and what was it that you said, DB?
I said I was really impressed because like the writing was really great, and one of the things that really took me by surprise was your performance, because I know a lot of people are used to seeing you playing these comedic characters and everything like that, but in this series, you're very vulnerable. You're very emotional. Emotional.
I like emotionable.
Emotionable, yeah.
I would go with emotional.
I'm going to go with that one. And was this a chance for you to really show that side and something different as opposed to what people know you for?
Oh, yeah. I really, I did the pilot and I went, oh, okay. And then we got picked up for 10, and they're all 10 are going to be on September 26th. And I went, oh, I got to get down. I mean, I got to get this. And I had a lot of help, people in the trans community. And I had to learn about this. I had trans consultants, Zachary Drucker and Reese Ernst, and the redoubtable and wonderful Jennifer Boylan, who yesterday went public to me and said, for the first time, she's in her 50s, and she said, first time I see myself represented accurately on television. I all but cried, you know, or as you say, I got emotionable. And so, you know, it's a real honor. And this is an area that needs light. She's not a saint. Here's the story. It's transparent and transparent. And Maura is the patriarch of the family who is transitioning slowly and inevitably to the matriarch of the family, and how that affects the whole family. And there's a lot of secrets around that table. We have Gabby Hoffman, Judith Light plays my wife. You're talking about Tony Danza, and I have Amy and the wonderful Gabby Hoffman. Yeah, and so it's great.
Yeah, transparent, and that's interesting. Your friend said it's finally a role that represents her life, and I want to open up the phone lines if there are anybody, any transgender people, that are out there tuned in right now, or at least you know someone, or you're a family member of someone. This is a series that you definitely want to get tuned into because you don't see this on the screen or otherwise. So 888-742-3345.
3345.
Give us a call.
22
minutes into the hour. Transparent. It's a TV series, American comedy drama, web video series produced by Amazon Studios. One of the stars, Jeffrey Tambor, is here.
Yep.
And he plays a transgender person.
Yep.
A man who...
woman.
Okay. A woman who lived as a man.
Right.
Up until the latter part of her life. And
into her 60s. And then made a break for freedom.
Made a break for freedom.
Made a break for truth, and made a break for her own identity, which is pretty courageous. Some people live with secrets all their lives, you know? And that's hard. And, you know, afraid of the prejudice, afraid of the hate, afraid of the words, afraid of the thing, you know?
Yeah, afraid of the reality, though.
Afraid of the reality.
You know, and you even playing this role, what kind of reception have you gotten?
It's been great. Yep. It's been great. I mean, as I said, my friend Jennifer Boylan said it was the first time that she's seen herself accurately represented on screen, and she's in her 50s, and she's a pillar in the transgender community, and that made me, as I say, emotionable. And I think we're doing the right thing. You know, we're not the whole answer, but we're a small answer to shining light on people's misunderstandings. I just came from an interview earlier where just people were asking the stupidest questions. I mean, the people just go to underwear and high heels, and that has nothing to do with this, you know. And they just ask silly questions, and you go, "Get real, man. This is important. This is about this, you know, somebody's spirit and their identity, and anyway, go ahead.
Rest assured, we won't ask any of
those
questions. We just
that's not going to be happening.
The question sheet.
That's not going to. There you go. I hear ripping. I hear ripping of paper.
Jeffrey, I'm really glad that
Did I sound like an asshole just then?
Not at all. You know, I just find it. Sorry, Tracy, not to cut you off. I like to watch web series and television and movies that really pinpoint, you know, sectors of our community, our global community that doesn't necessarily get the light. You know, I like to try to understand. So,
right. If anybody's going to understand, this room is going to understand about mismanagement of ideas and things like that. So I really appreciate that. What was the question?
Okay, Tracy had the question.
I just got so lost I didn't even know where I was.
Man, I want you to feel comfortable.
I went to 48th Street and turned around and came back. Yeah. Here we are.
Here we go. So like you were saying with this show, it's adding to the national discourse of the trans community.
You say it better than I.
Well, nah, you said it amazingly.
No, you were better than
Thank you, Jeff. But here's my question. I'm interested in knowing, because you feel so adamantly on the side of the trans community.
Yeah.
Were you always like that before
No.
this role came?
No. Well, we were just talking about it, and I'm going to just say it, and you help me out in this. But we both grew up in San Francisco, and you know, it was a very liberal environment and a very free environment, and the revolution was there, so it wasn't as foreign to me. But I have to say, at the beginning, I was ignorant with a capital IG. I mean, I had no idea of the community. I had an idea, but I didn't get the reality. And I worked with a lot of people, and I really got down, and I talked to, I'm still baby steps into my evolution, as is my character, Maura. I mean, she's just into her transition. And so I'm learning every day. And I approach the role with great humility. In fact, during the filming, I was sure that somebody was going to tap me and say, "Get off the stage, leave, just go leave." But it sounds a little cliche, but my politics are in my performance. I'm trying to make her human and sensitive and great and humorous and a shining light and the best parent. She's a better parent now that she's found her body than she was before. Yeah.
We have Caroline on the line from New Orleans. Good morning, Caroline. How are you? Caroline, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here. Hi.
Hello. Say hello to Jeffrey Tambor.
Good morning, Caroline.
Hey, Jeffrey.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? I love New Orleans. I was just there. I was just filming.
It's a great town. I recommend it to anybody who's transitioned.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Oh, my God, yes.
Speak about that.
New Orleans is such a wonderful town. Let me get to a quieter part of road. I don't know how you guys are hearing me right now, but New Orleans, it's very diverse. And a lot of the people, they may not get it, but they let us live our lives for the most part. And so that's very, 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 very good, because transitioning, as you know, is so difficult. But anyway, I love New Orleans. I didn't used to live here before transitioning, but it's the place. It's the place for me.
Wow.
That's
anyway,
great.
What's your story, Caroline? I mean, when did you start your transition? How old were you?
Oh my God, 47. I lost everything except for my job. My marriage, 20 years. My children, 18 years in the military. It sucks, but I found myself, and like you said, Jeffrey, I'm a better person for it.
Right.
You play this role with such grace and dignity. I know you probably face some criticism for being a cisgendered male, but listening to you, you've got it. You understand. You corrected, at the beginning of this interview, you corrected somebody who called her a man.
Right.
At the beginning, but you understand, we're not men when we're born. We're women in the wrong body. I'm sorry, I'm being political.
No, it's great. It's great. I love what you're saying. Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know. I can talk all day. But I love your story. Jennifer is such a wonderful asset for you. I don't know. I love the story, and I love the direction you're going with it, and I love the visibility that you're bringing to us. Not just you, but Laverne Cox and all the others who are now coming up to the surface, and people are understanding our story. Right.
And I like the fact, just to hip hop on what you're saying, I like the fact that Maura, the character I'm playing, is not, she's not 30. She's, she's in her late 60s. And that opens a whole spectrum of light, too, because not everyone is, not everyone is young and curvy. And, these are people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She used the term cisgender.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of people may not be familiar with. I read up on it, and that's a term used to describe people who identify with the gender that they were assigned at birth.
Right. What they're doing is they're what they say, they're rejecting and the binary, and that everybody is everybody. So I'm a cisgender male, and there are specifics, and they're terms of specificity, and they're terms of respect, and the community is owed that.
Yeah.
And if somebody has to just say, "Oh, I have to learn this word," or "This is the correct word," then you know what? Educate yourself and learn the word, because this is a new world.
It is Jeffrey Tambor, man. Thank you for coming by. Make sure you check out Transparent for yourself. It's Amazon Studios that debut February. This series is something that's really interesting. So, and I'm glad you're here, man. And
I'll come back anytime. I live close. Call me.
Okay, great, man. Jeffrey Tambor, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.